All right, that was phenomenal. I will tell you, and I'm gonna, maybe give you too many compliments, we'll see. You are by far the cleanest drumline I've heard today. That's now nothing at all, okay? And I think in large part, I'm a big proponent of the exercise program has to reflect what you're gonna play in your show. And that's exactly what you're doing. The listening exercise that you do is phenomenal. For my purposes at the college level, it would probably take too long. At this level, when some of you are learning, how many of you it's your first year on the instruments you're playing right now? It's your first year? Okay. Is this your first year playing a snare drum? No. Okay. And bass drums, are you guys all vets? Yeah, I was going to say, you can't tell me that. Yeah. All right. What about you two? Have you played tenors before? First year? Not first year. Okay, all right. First year here? No? How many years you been in? 2, excellent. The reason and bringing that up is that it's always the hardest when you're, whatever it is, when you're a freshman, 14, 13, and then you got, the learning curve is so steep. You've got to learn so much stuff, and the veterans are just waiting for you to catch up and all that stuff. I don't know if I've heard very many high schools that can play a triple bass roll into a duple bass roll and not have it just go completely bad right on the first right diddle. So congratulations, if you guys have been, drinking the same, Gatorade or whatever, it's great. But yeah, that was really good. I like I said, I love the concept of your warm-up. It does take a little long. That's why I say for my purposes, it would be difficult to do that. You guys keep doing it because it's obviously helping. Another thing that I want to compliment you on is your eyes. All right, and I know you haven't been in here for there was another group that was in here that I talked to about they need to keep their eyes focused forward. I don't know if he's yelled at you a lot or not, but yeah, maybe don't do that. No, just the fact that when you're playing, your focus is straight out there, which is why you play clean. All right. If the minute you see anybody, and I'll do it this way so you can see. When you see a drumline, and I have a rookie this year that I remember the first time he's playing in front of like 1,000 people during the drumline warm up, and his eyes. There's no way he was going to play anything clean. I mean, his mind was not focused. So that was really good. Another compliment, I'm going to give you a compliment for making an error. You screwed something up in the second tune, I think it was. And I only noticed because I was looking over here. Most often, when you make a mistake, the first thing I see is, You know, and when you make a reaction like that, the whole reason you're doing that is you're apologizing to the world for making a mistake. That's it. It's like, I want you all to know that I made this mistake. Except if you make no reaction, 90% of people aren't going to know that it happened. All right? Now, some constructive things. When you mark time, it's very different amongst all of you, and it's affecting some of your playing just a little bit. I gotta get up here. So, you know, I know it's just a minor thing, and you're probably moving around on the field, but if the marked time, you're having trouble with that, you're probably doing it on the move too. What would be wrong with what I'm doing right now? I mean, you're doing it, you know, you want to be able to feel the pulse and all that stuff. Anything? Because almost all of you are doing this, all right? Now let me do it the way I would say it's right. I'm still pounding my heel in there. If you're moving this much, look at what's happening up here, okay? You're jarring the drums. I'll say for both of you, when the feet are moving, all of a sudden the drums start moving a lot more, and you lose a little bit of control on your drums, okay? So be careful of that. I would take that down a little bit, all right? It's very minor, but anything that helps the cleanliness is going to be better. Bass drums, probably let's see. You said it's your first year playing? Your first year playing? Okay. But your second year playing. Yeah. How did I know that? You got your eyes moving. Okay, back to reality. Let me get my notes. Okay. Snare drums. When you did, play the beginning, just a snare line, play the beginning of the, well, no, you can all do it. Play the beginning of your drum feature again for me, okay? So, this is why I was chuckling when you guys were playing. The dirtiest thing that you guys played was when you did the upbeat, where we just stopped. You did the upbeats on hi-hat and your left hand just went to crap. Because you're thinking about so many other things. This is what frustrates me with my own drum line, is that they'll go there and they'll play, and then they'll go, playing 3/16, you know, because they don't think about it. And that's what, with your left hand, you don't have a uniform approach on that. So there's my constructive criticism to clean that up, is that whatever you're doing there, you've got to identify, because some of you are playing it really high, some are playing very, very, very low, therefore it's dirty, okay? Be careful. Is there a section where you guys do a lot of, your tenor in this, you do a lot of crossovers? Can you play, can you two just play that? Yeah. Is it that simple? You know where to start? Okay. I'm sorry. You know, okay. You know, that one. All right. Okay. So what I'm seeing there that you need to be careful of is that whenever you do crossovers, then technique just kind of goes somewhere over here. And you just have to be careful of that. You're probably using a little bit too much arm. You need to let those fingers take care of that and bring it down. You know, when you're doing hairtos and things like that, it's just, it's a little bit too big and you're having to do the motion side to side. There's too much motion and it's getting in the way. And then watch your playing zones too during that, because it's just like, okay, I gotta get this part out. Make sure you bring everything in as much as you can, okay? I think I have 3 minutes. Is there anybody out there keeping track of time for me? 3 minutes? Thank you. When you play that good, it's really, you make it difficult on me. So, for anybody else that's listening, all right, when I was talking about how good they are on their warm-up, when you do the add-on, like what they're doing, it made it so that you all played exactly the same, and you all played exactly the same height. And that is something that, yes, when you start an exercise together, there's so many drum lines I've said, are like snare lines especially, I'll say, hey, you guys go stand in front of the mirror. And all of a sudden there's this one person that goes, do I really play that much lower than everybody else? Yes, and you have all season, and we've told you many times. So whatever you're doing there, that's really good. Okay, you all need to come to Oklahoma State because he writes exactly the same way that I do. I mean, I'm watching all this stuff, I think, did I write this? So that was really good. All right, so I guess there's a little bit, that's kind of a grandson kind of thing. Good. Anyway, that was, take the mark time down a little bit just so that the motion, and do you have to move during your drum feature in the show? Thank you. You do? Probably too much. That's what every drill writer does. Oh, we can have you guys do this, this, and this, and then it's all dirty after that. I would make sure that you focus on the bottom half of your body, and it will clean up the top half of your body. All right, that's going to be a big thing. Make it so that you have total control. Because you're probably doing the backstick thing, having to do this. That's usually what happens. Just make sure that because I see it in the mark time, so I know probably in the move it's probably going to be that way too. All right, thank you very much. Great job.